For the next bit, you're going to need the second sock that you've marked out. You can see here that I've marked out the arms, where the tail's going to be, and the 2 ears. I'm going to focus on the tail first of all. I'm just going to cut along the line that I've made. All the way down. I'm going to put the leftovers back in my plastic wallet so I don't lose it. And I'm just going to cut off this elastic bit at the top so our sewing is a little bit easier. So for this bit, you're going to need to do a running stitch. Okay, so I'm just going to get some more thread because I didn't have enough. So make sure you've got enough because you're going to be sewing all along this edge here with quite small stitches because we want to make sure that our tail, this is going to be our tail, is really secure when we stuff it. If we don't do it secure, then all the stuffing is going to fall out and it's just going to fall apart. So we need to make sure that it is really secure. So thread your needle, make your loop small, go straight through, bring that end to meet the other end. Tie your knot, so make a loop, take it off, bring it under, pull it through a couple of times. If my knot's too small, it'll just go straight through. I'm going to trim that off because I'm trimming as I go so there's less later. Okay, so for the tail, you're going to sew a running stitch all the way along here and at the bottom here. I might just cut that a little bit off at the bottom as well so it's a bit more straight and easier to sew. Okay, now I want my stitches to be quite small and close together. And I'm going to do a running stitch, so I'm going to start from the bottom and I'm going to go down. Okay, and I'm going to see how I've done it quite small, so this will take a while, but I need to make sure that it's secure. So I'm going to go all the way down. And once you reach the bottom, you need to go along this side as well, just to make the foot, the end of the tail secure. Right to the end, and then tie your knot. A couple of times, make sure it's secure, and trim. Once you've sewn all along that edge and the bottom edge, you're going to use the gap at the top to turn it the right way round. You'll soon find out now if your stitching was secure enough. Once you've turned it the right way round, You're then going to use some stuffing from the back of the classroom to stuff the tail. Try not to overstuff. If your tail is too thin, you can leave it unstuffed. That's absolutely fine. Okay, now we've stuffed the tail. Okay, we're going to stitch it onto the back of the monkey. We're going to be using an overstitch. We're going to be using our thin thread. What I would suggest is maybe trying to fold over the top so it's a little bit neater. Okay, I'm going to sew these two pieces of fabric together. Let's get my needle out of my paper. Okay, so place it on the monkey where you want. I've folded in the top so it's a little bit neater, and I'm going to go in and over. So remember your over stitch. I need it, pull it tight so it's as secure as possible. So nice, neat, small stitches. So it's secure. Hold the two pieces of fabric together with your other hand so they don't come apart. Fold as you go. All the way to the edge. And then tie your knot so it's secure. A couple of times, especially if your thread is thin. You're then going to trim. Put your needle in your monkey, in your piece of paper, so you don't lose it. And he now has a tail. So we've done the legs, we've done the area there, and we've sewn his tail on.